just quality team. They don't make too many mistakes. I think that's what's gotten both these teams at this point is, if you limit the mistakes, you make the routine plays, you play good fundamental baseball, you're going to usually come out on top, more than not. So just that's what I remember from that series. It just, they're a great fundamental team.
A little bit of a funny question for you. Obviously, nothing comes before the Dodgers, Yankees, entertainment-wise. But if you were to choose a backup, would it be Hollywood or Broadway?
I gotta go Broadway. Definitely.
Thanks.
Aaron, you've played with Gleyber Torres his whole career, and he's been so good this postseason. How have you seen him evolve, and how essential have his at-bats been this postseason in setting up you and Soto and Stanton?
Well, I feel like he set the tone. Every single game we've had, he set the tone, even if it's, we're going to Kansas City and the series is tied 1-1, and now we're in their place for two big games. He leads off the game with a big double to start off for us. Or in Cleveland, we're looking to close it out. He starts off the game with an opposite field base hit. I think you have him at the top of the lineup just consistently having great at-bats, fouling off tough pitches, giving Juan a chance to see 6, 7, 8 pitches, giving me a chance to see a couple pitches, how the pitcher's feeling today. All that leads is to greater success for your team. So he's really been the catalyst for this offense, I feel like, this whole postseason.
Yeah, and the formula that you guys and them both have the same thing. You both hit a lot of homers, you both 1-2 in walks. There's a lot of ways to score runs, but is this the best way to do it, is to be disciplined and do damage?
Yeah, I think just having traffic. You have good at-bats, you get guys on base, just stressful pitches. I think that's the most important thing is if you can, sometimes you may not score, but I think just getting a lot of traffic on the bases, making the pitchers really work, think about you on the bases, think about the guy at the plate. If you get me up there, Giancarlo up there, Juan up there with a couple guys on base, that's a little different than pitching with nobody on base, in the first or second inning. So I think just the amount of stressful pitches you can put on a pitching staff leads to, better chance you get it.
Aaron, for a kid that...
Thank you.
Yeah. What advice do you have for guys who are going into free agency for the first time?
What advice do I have? Just enjoy the moment. This is something you look forward to your whole career. You never really get to make a decision on where you want to play or where you get to play. So usually you get drafted by a team. They kind of tell you where you're going. They tell you when you're getting moved up. So now to get a chance to decide where you want to be, where you want your family to be, I think just enjoy it, talk it over, talk to as many people as you can, soak in as much information as you can, and then just make the right decision.
Now, with some years of hindsight, how did you balance on one hand, a very good offer from the only team you've ever known, a team that you loved, versus maybe another very good offer that are other exciting opportunities there?
I think it came back just down to me, just unfinished business.
Yeah.
The money, everything like that is great for your family, grandkids, all that. But for me, it was really about what I wanted to get out of this game and what mark I wanted to leave on this game. And like I said, getting drafted in 2013, all of us talked about being a Yankee is, World Series championships, and to be at that point and not have one or not even, be to the dance yet, really sat heavy with me. So that played a big role in, what kind of legacy I wanted to leave here with the Yankees.
Aaron, for a kid that grew up as a Giants fan, how sweet would it be to win your first World Series against the Dodgers?
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I've seen so many Dodger legends play and the success they've had. Like you said, growing up a Giants fan, there's been quite a few battles over the years. But I'm a Yankee fan now, so I think just getting a chance to win any World Series would be great.
What's your favorite part of LA and what's your least favorite part of LA?
Favorite part, they got great restaurants, great place to play, great weather. The traffic is a little brutal though.
Have you sat in the 405 for a couple hours before?
Yeah, definitely. We've definitely on some family trips up and down the coast, sat in that a little bit. So, at least in New York traffic, you can get out of the car and say, I'm going to walk. But when you get on the 405, man, you're not walking anywhere.
Aaron, you touched on it earlier. What's your impression of Yamamoto?
Just coming in his first year in the big leagues and already being one of the best pitchers in the game speaks volume to him. I think anytime you change leagues, come over here, there's kind of an adjustment period. Especially I know they pitch on 6 or 7 days rest, and they come here and try to be in a 5-man rotation, 5 days rest. New pitchers, new hitters you're facing. It's just a whole new environment for him to do what he did this year, how successful he was, and still be dominant with so many other distractions, so many other things going on. Just shows you what type of player he is, just the confidence he has in himself, the character that he has. So I've been impressed with him from afar.
What stood out the most for you?
Besides his stuff, he's got great stuff. He can run a fastball to 98 miles an hour. He's a guy with great feel for all his off-speed pitches. He does a good job with the splitter as well, curveball. It's just a complete package.
Aaron, when you went